Do you want to know who the most powerful being in all of DC history is? Names like Darkseid, Perpetua, or even the Anti-Monitor come to mind, right? Well, I have to tell you, you're dead wrong. The most powerful being I'm going to talk about today is so terrifying that even the comic book writers themselves are afraid of him. He can end the entire DC universe with a single gesture, but you've most likely never heard of his name. His name is the Empty Hand. Hello to all comic book fans and welcome to DC Station. In the DC universe, we've always faced powerful beings like new gods, cosmic entities, and multiversal threats. But the Empty Hand introduced a completely new and metaphysical concept to the storylines. This being isn't a simple character who wants to conquer the world. He's a threat to the very concept of story, hope, and heroism itself. In fact, the Empty Hand is so powerful that he can literally tear the pages of a comic book and end the story. Today, we're going to talk about who the Empty Hand is, where he came from, and why he's so terrifying. To understand the Empty Hand, we have to go back to one of DC's most complex comics, Multiversity, written by Grant Morrison. In this comic, Grant Morrison introduces the DC multiverse as a grand library of stories. In this library, all the worlds, characters, and events are just stories being read by an external being. The Empty Hand is this external being. He comes from a space outside the DC universe and sees himself as a cosmic vandal who views all these stories as his playthings, meant only to be broken. He has no physical power, no weapons. His power is a matter of idea and concept. The Empty Hand is actually the ultimate editor who can cut any storyline and end any universe. He exists in the shadows and sends his team, the Gentry, to corrupt worlds from within. Before we go deeper, if you're enjoying these fascinating topics, please subscribe to the channel right now and hit that bell icon. This way, you'll never miss any of our videos about these awesome and complex characters. Okay, now let's see why the Empty Hand is so terrifying. The source of his power is something we call metafictional. In simple terms, the Empty Hand can step out of the comic book world and attack the storytelling itself. His power is like a comic character suddenly realizing they're just a story and being able to tear the comic's page. The Empty Hand directly attacks hope, heroism, and even the good story itself. He sends his team, the Gentry, to different universes to turn them into meaningless, hollow worlds. The Gentry destroy stories through corruption, despair, and by turning heroes into worthless and hollow versions of themselves. They don't destroy with physical power, but by destroying the spirit of the story. For the Empty Hand, the entire DC universe is just a game that needs to end. As a concept, the Empty Hand has left a huge legacy. He is a symbol of the comic writer's greatest fear, that all stories will come to an end, all heroes will be defeated, and all worlds will become meaningless. Whenever we face a major crisis in the DC universe, you can see the footprint of a hidden force that attacks the story from the outside, and the Empty Hand is that force. He is an ever-present threat that reminds heroes that even if they become more powerful than the greatest villains, there is still an ultimate force that can't defeat them. In the end, the Empty Hand can be considered the most powerful being who may never destroy a planet with a punch, but he can completely erase entire planets from existence. He gives us a wake-up call that in the comic book world, the greatest threat doesn't always come from a villain with great powers, but it can come from an idea and a metaphysical concept. This character reminds us that ultimately, it's the stories that keep the heroes alive, and their greatest enemy is the one who wants to end the story. Thanks for joining us on this fascinating journey. If you're interested in these deep discussions, be sure to let us know your thoughts in the comments and subscribe to the DC Station channel so we can dive deeper into the DC universe together. Until the next video, take care.